This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has approved 20 strategic initiatives for Emirates Scientists Council with the aim to create a conducive environment for innovation and scientific research in the country and develop a generation of Emirati scientists and researchers for the benefit of the country. According to his official website, His Highness stated that our objective is to set our scientific and research priorities that serve our interests, cement our economy and build a future for our generations. His Highness further added that we bet on young scientists to establish a national scientific and research platform, and that scientists and academics are partners of the government in facing the challenges, saving costs and making people happy. His Highness's remarks came as he chaired a meeting with the members of the Emirates Scientists Council in presence of the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, as well as other royal family members and top officials. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed also stressed the importance of the approved strategic initiatives as it offers a holistic scientific approach to achieve scientific excellence and ensure a global distinction for the UAE, with His Highness stating that we work today to develop a generation of UAE scientists who will be able to compete for Nobel Prize in the next decades. 20 schools across the UAE will begin teaching the subject of moral education from January next year in preparation for introducing the subject as a mandatory course in the 2017-18 academic year. According to local reports, a 65-unit curriculum framework has already been developed to guide the learning of the subject through 12 years of schooling. The units focus on 4 main areas such as character and morality, individual and the community, civic studies and cultural studies. Mandatory moral education learning for UAE school children was first announced in July by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. At present, most schools in the UAE provide lessons in Islamic studies, and some private schools also designate time for the learning of other faiths. However, there is little formal teaching of universal human values. The reports added that following the start of the pilot project next year, principals from all the UAE's 1,300 schools will be briefed about the demands of the subjects at a dedicated symposium. According to Abu Dhabi Education Council officials, in the pilot phase, they will only reach out to children enrolled up to grade 9. They will be taught using digital content only, although textbooks will also be made available once the subject is introduced to all children next September. The form of assessment for the new subject will be hands-on and practical. Moral education is expected to be taught once a week to children enrolled in grades 1 to 12. Dubai Municipality has launched the first electronic application containing a glossary of local words. The smart app, called Ramasatina, has an option for searching the pronunciation in the local dialect, as well as the provision for adding new local words to it during the updating process. Ramasatina, which is an initiative of the Knowledge Management Department in the municipality, is the first smart app that has written and spoken options. According to local reports, His Excellency Engineer Hussein Nasser Luther, the Director General of Dubai Municipality, praised the initiative, which contains more than 3,900 words from the local terminology of the UAE. The Smart Dictionary has been launched on smartphones, so researchers can find the meaning of any word from the local dialect and even find out how to pronounce it. The project, according to officials from the municipal body, is unique and also contributes to the overall knowledge of the Arabic language, as well as helping to preserve the national identity and strengthen the local Arabic dialect. Health officials at the Dubai Health Authority revealed that every winter they witness approximately 20 to 30% rise in the number of respiratory illnesses, and majority of these patients are children, since they are still developing their immunity. The link between an increase in the number of patients with the decrease in temperatures has always been there, and now research points out that this is due to inhalation of cold air, which leads to reduction in nasal temperature according to DHA health professionals. This reduction in temperature around the nasal airway is sufficient to inhibit respiratory disease defenses against URTIs, said the head of respiratory department at Rashid Hospital and head of Emirates Respiratory and Allergy Society. Moreover, during the winter months, there is an increase in the number of viruses and a general drop in immunity. This leads to a peak in respiratory illness, especially under upper respiratory tract viral infections such as influenza, common cold and bronchitis. Children are particularly susceptible to get URTIs due to low immunity, and a flu vaccine might be a better option in this case. Parents should ensure children get adequate sleep, eat healthier foods, and limit sugar intakes as well as unhealthy fats to the maximum extent as possible, because these foods lower the immunity. They also should ensure that children have adequate vitamin D levels, and if not, they should be given a supplement because vitamin D is important to build immunity. For vitamin C, it's best to stick to natural sources such as lemon, oranges, kiwi, and other healthy foods. Doctors also added that parents should also check the iron levels of children who get recurrent colds because they may be anemic. Once the iron levels are normal, the number of times a child catches a cold drastically reduces. Additionally, people should consume foods rich in vitamin C and zinc. They should flavor it with immune-boosting foods such as ginger, cinnamon, garlic, and turmeric. Bourne Hall Fertility Centre in Dubai has announced its new money-back guarantee to couples undergoing multiple in vitro fertilization cycles, making it the UAE's only fertility clinic offering financial assurance for the procedure. With the launch of Shared Risk IVF program popular in the Western world, the refund-based financing plan is one of its kind concept promising peace of mind to couples seeking fertility treatments. The program promises to refund up to 100% of the IVF procedure's fee if it doesn't result in the birth of a live baby. The comprehensive care plan also includes the cost of medications and anesthesia services. According to experts, a study in the US conducted on 1,000 shared risk patients suggests that 75% of all couples enrolled in the program took home a baby, and around 99% of all patients surveyed stated that they were incredibly fortunate to take advantage of such a program. Commenting on the relationship between stress and IVF success rates, clinical officials said that latest research proves that one directly affects the other. Rise in the so-called stress hormone cortisol can reduce the chances of conceiving by almost 1/3. And there is no denying that financial strain can be a huge burden, which is where programs like Shared Risk are beneficial. They also added that on average, pregnancy success rates escalate anywhere between 65 to 80% by the completion of the third IVF cycle.
We're actually really excited on behalf of Bourne Hall to be able to bring the Shared Risk program to the UAE. It's the only program of its kind that's being offered here, where couples that are struggling to get pregnant, struggling to conceive, trying to start a family or extend their family, now they get an opportunity to actually go for 3 IVF cycles fresh for a discounted price. And if they don't actually take a baby home by the end of the 3rd cycle, they can get up to 100% of their money back. And we feel like this is a very unique concept, first one of its kind in the UAE, and frankly the reason for it is because we believe that every couple here in the UAE deserves a chance to start a family, and if they have one already, they deserve a chance to extend their family.
And finally this evening, Abu Dhabi has now become home to the world's first Audi Sport Centre, which will only feature the German manufacturer's luxury sports vehicles. According to Audi, R8 is a top seller amongst performance car enthusiasts in Abu Dhabi, with both the RS and R models recording sales growth in Abu Dhabi of 44% for the year to date. Located in the Corniche, Audi and their local distributor Ali & Sons have revealed that the new showroom is expected to be a major attraction among car enthusiasts, as according to company representatives, it will have the most exclusive, high-performance and innovative models under one roof for the first time in history. The opening of the new showroom also witnessed the presence of the legendary racing driver and 9-time Le Mans winner Tom Christensen, who arrived in an R8 LMS race car. The opening also comes at a time when Audi R8 Coupe recorded a 133% growth in the region, with Audi Sport sales growing by 32% in the Middle East alone for the year to date.
We have decided to have our first dedicated Audi Sport Centre here in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi, but we also have 600 dealers, which are Audi dealers, which are going to have also Audi Sport in their showrooms. And Abu Dhabi will be the first one to have really a dedicated showroom. I think this is because the region is very important for these type of cars, and this is the starting point of a new era for Audi Sport.
The Audi R8 LMS is a fantastic car to drive. It's obviously coming from the R8. 50% of the R8 from the road car goes into the racetrack and become the R8 LMS. It's incredibly agile, it's powerful, and you're not in doubt that you're sitting in an Audi when you're on the track in the car. In the braking, it's very stable. When you're turning in, you can feel sort of the car coming in towards the apex, and you muscle your way out with an enormous traction from the quattro drive. So it's a fantastic performance, and the lap times are there immediately when you drive this car.